Hello. Why do the UKT? Um, when I tell people that I'm doing the UKT, they ask me some different questions. One of them is, why would you want to do that, kayak so far? And it's kind of seems to me like it's maybe in a context of like it would be painful. Like, why would you want to go and put yourself in pain? And my idea is that it's not going to be painful, and my idea is it'll be a whole barrel of laughs the whole time, like some kind of country club experience, like a vacation. And that's why it's so cool, because it's a way to get out there and have an ultimate adventure and not spend a whole lot of money doing it. Yes, I did spend thousands and thousands of dollars with the equipment, but you know, I'm thinking that in the future, all this money worth of equipment won't be so expensive as it is now. It'll be totally affordable, you know. Like 20 years ago, mountain bikes were so expensive, but now you can get a bike that's just as good as the top-of-line, you know, $1,000 bike from 15 years ago. You can get now for like $300 or less. So all the electronic stuff is going to be cheaper. So the actual trip itself is quite cheap. And so personally, why I am excited about doing it is there are lots of reasons. One of them is getting in shape. It's great to be in shape physically. You feel great. You don't have to own anything. You don't have to know anybody. You don't have to have this, that, or the next thing. As long as you feel good physically, everything's great. You feel great, and you can think great too when you feel great. Like right now, I don't feel very good because I haven't been taking care of my body, so I can't think very well. But, so being in shape, and you know, I can't really self-motivate that well, so it's kind of hard for me to be in shape unless I'm actually like put myself in a shit. So I'm gonna put myself in a shit, get in shape. So that's one reason. It's probably the main reason. Another reason is the vacation part of it, the travel aspect of it. The UKT goes through maybe 25 or something different countries and principalities. I don't remember exactly, but it's a lot, maybe like 30 or something. So I get to meet lots of different people, see lots of different things. There's lots of different islands. You have the flat ones. You've got the big mountain islands. And some of those Eastern Antilles islands are really cool. There's like 25 different active volcanoes on there. There's Indians, the Carib Indians. I think they live on Dominica. And just a whole party atmosphere too. All these tourists. There's 50,000 people in cruise boats go by one of those islands. I think most of them out there in Eastern Antilles. So that'll be fun. You know, I kind of have trouble sleeping. I think it'd be a great way to get to sleep. You know, if I'm paddling all day long, I'll sleep really well that night. Got a nice hammock. Let's see, what's another reason? It's this little thing I came up maximum to maximum. You know, like relaxing is great when you really need to relax because you've been pumping it all day long. And pumping it's really great when you've been relaxing all the time. So it's like you get to go from hanging out in the nice, pristine little island beach somewhere, just kicking it, plus relaxing and hanging out, you know, sleeping in your hammock and stuff. And then you get to go out and paddle your brains out. And then once you paddle your brains out, you get to go hang out again. So it's just these two extremes feeding each other like this huge giant pendulum, you know. And once you're done with that whole trip, it's like, ooh, you know, I didn't waste my life, at least for that part of it. Now, another reason is to do the UKT is I think it's good for the world. I really do think the UKT is good for the world. Anything that motivates people to get out there and have fun without spending a lot of money, without being a strain on the resources, is good. And we really need to figure out a way to change the economy and not, you know, have an economy based on people using material things, and people then change that into economy where people are actually trading non-material things that don't stress the environment, trading knowledge, um, and tourism as well. So, I see a future where people will not, you know, the GDP will be strong enough so that people won't have to keep their job in order to keep their job. You know what I mean? People will be able to take 6 months off instead of 2 weeks off. Maybe if it's only 6 months every few years, at least you get your 6-month vacation instead of like a 2 or 3 week every year. I think that'll be easier for people to do in the future. And I'm really not happy with how people are so afraid of the ocean. I was always afraid of the ocean as a child. I never wanted to get in a boat. And I still am terrified of the ocean, swimming in it. But I probably a lot more than normal people also. But, people are too. But, we're not going to be swimming in the ocean. We're going to be in a boat. Sharks attack swimmers, but they don't attack kayaks. And if they do, it's going some way. And people are afraid of the ocean, like, because your boat might sink, but, my boat's not going to sink. So I'm not afraid of it. I really am. I'm not afraid. Maybe there's something out there that I'll notice when I get there, and if I do, then I'll be sure to share it with people. My common sense now says that no, it's not dangerous. Just a whole bunch of fun. Oh, and another reason is it's the education aspect of it. I'll have plenty of time to educate myself when I'm on UKT. When I'm paddling, I'll be able to listen on MP3. I want to collect a lot of MP3 of stuff I download off of TED.com. You can actually download those interviews. I have a bunch of Coast to Coast. That's pretty good. I think I'll buy some audiobooks too. I bought a bunch of ebooks, but I got totally screwed. Bought them from ebooks.com, and I downloaded PDF because my book reads PDF. They have some kind of digital rights thing on there so that I can't actually put them on my ebook, my B-book. So they totally ripped me off, and I'm pissed off about it, and they're never going to hear the end of it until they give me my $322 back. Or $320 dollars worth of books. Or let me freaking download my books again. But whatever, I got an ebook. It's called B-book. It's the best ebook out there because it's the only ebook out there that you can read HTML. So I'll just copy and paste and throw HTML file in my ebook, and I'll have plenty of stuff to read, sorry. Because if you live in a house in civilization, there's too many distractions for me, and I just can't sit down and read stuff. So if I'm out in the middle of the ocean, or not in the middle of the ocean, but in the middle of some island somewhere hanging out, I'll have this stuff to read, and it'll be great. I'll be reading. I'll be able to work out on the beach. All my little home exercises, trying to beat my records with those, which I'll have on my ebook. And so that's why. That's why I'm doing the UKT. And I want to share it with people too. I think it's cool. I want to motivate other people to do it. I want to make waves in the world. I know a lot of people say that kind of a thing. Like people are like, I want to be famous and all this kind of stuff. And other people get angry with them for that, like it's their ego or something like this. And like that's bad. And I'm sure it could be bad if that's like your goal, your number one goal. But if you recognize it as another thing along another reason, and you don't get your own ego into it, it's good to actually try to make waves. We should all be trying to make waves in the world. We should all be trying to influence each other. Being alive is not about locking yourself in a cave, or showing up at work and watching TV and not being a participant. Being alive as a human being is about being a participant and becoming interested in something and trying to get other people to do it with you, and trying to help people out that way. And so that's what it's all about. And I'd really want to see people getting out there and bike touring and not having to worry about, passing through people's private property. I think when people buy private property, they should buy it to be stewards of the land, to keep from developers from going in there, but not to keep from kayakers and mountain bikers and hikers from passing through their land. That's just bullshit. Dude, it pisses me off. But I don't think people who say own the Eskimos are going to be like that. I will definitely try to let everybody know that I'm passing through, but somebody's like, screw you, this is my island, I don't want you here, obviously I won't go, but, you know, I'm going to definitely talk about how that's pretty stupid, man. Like in Chile, you can't go anywhere in the mountains because it's all private property, you know. It's like, you can't come here, mine. Like, what? Anyways, so why? Why do the kayak trip? To reiterate, hopefully I'm not over 10 minutes, is exercise, adventure, education. Those are the 3 main reasons. Oh yes, and then inspiration, 4. So there you go. That's what I'm going to do.